Welcome, good morning, how are you? Welcome to this masterclass today. Say hi as you jump on. If you're watching the replay, let me know where you're tuning in from. I would love to know. I just love seeing that this community is global and everyone's all over the world. So I'm hoping this is also a good time for everyone, right? Because I'm here in Sydney, Australia, and so many of you are so all over the place in America, in Canada, in Europe, everywhere. So say hi as you jump on. Let me know where you're tuning in from. I am super excited today. Manifestation Masterclass. So sharing my 4-step process, which I have not shared before. So I'm super pumped for this. And actually I've been away for the last week. I've been in Adelaide visiting my mum, so I sort of haven't been doing very much work at all. So this is a super exciting way for me to start my week because it kind of really gets me in the energy of all of this, of what I want to do, of inspiring and impacting and helping more women. Hey Ellie, how are you? Nice to see some people jumping on. So say hi, let me know where you're tuning in from. Hey Roman, how are you? Woohoo! Okay, cool. So good to see some people jumping on. So what I'm going to share today, like I said, is my 4-step manifestation process. And this is what I really use. I really use it and utilize it for my business, and it's what I work with clients with to use in their businesses. But you can use it, hey Eloise, you can use it for any part of your life, right? Any area of your life. All the same principles apply. Okay, so here's the thing. There's a lot of manifesting processes, right? And so what I want to say first up is there is no magic manifesting process. So what I'm actually going to share here today is not because my process is magic, right? It's because it helps you to align with your desire. So any process that helps you really vibrationally align with your desire is going to help you. But here's the thing, there's a lot of manifesting processes out there. A lot of people say you just need to meditate or you just need to write it out, and let me know if anyone's ever done this. I did this once. It literally almost killed me. I wrote out 55 times. Hey, nice to see so many people jumping on. I wrote it out 55 times what I wanted for 5 days in a row. And man, I had serious cramps in my hands. Let me know if anyone else has done that. There's all these manifesting processes, right? And none of them are magic manifesting processes. There is no one sitting up in the sky, deciding whether or not you can have your manifestation, right? It's not because you're doing the right things ever that you manifest. It's purely your energy and your vibration, right? We live in a vibrational universe. So your energy, oh, I love seeing so many people jumping on. Hi, hey Chrissy, how are you? We live in a vibrational universe. So yes, the 5x5, you've done it. I love it. It's so hilarious, isn't it? We live in a vibrational universe. So really what it comes down to is your energy is always attracting to you, right? Your energy, what you believe, what you feel about something, that is what's attracting to you. So you can absolutely manifest without doing any single process at all. And you've all done it. And this is the thing, okay? So this is what I want you to get. First and foremost, you manifest all day, every day. Manifestation is our natural state, right? It's not something you do. Now, what I'm talking about today is deliberate creation. It's deliberate manifestation. So that's what I want you to just kind of get, first of all, that there's a difference, right? We are manifesting or creating all day, every day. Whatever we're a match to, we are magnetic to. We are drawing into our life. So if every day you wake up and you focus on your lack of money and your debt and what's going wrong, then guess what? You're a vibrational match to attracting more of that into your life. The other day, and I'm sure some of you would have done this before too. I'm actually going away next weekend again for a little retreat that I'm hosting with another friend who's a coach. We've been keeping it on the down low because it's kind of a girls' weekend / retreat. It's the first time we've done something like this, so it's invitation only, but the plan is to hold more retreats in the future. So anyone that's interested in coming away on a retreat with me in the future, send me a PM and let me know and I'll put you on a little list. I've got a little waiting list for people that are interested for next time. But what I was, the other day, I was thinking, we've got a photographer coming, and I was thinking, I must contact that photographer and talk to her about the plan and what we're going to do for the weekend. And literally within 15 minutes, she sent me a message, right? So has that ever happened to anyone, right? Yes, Karen's coming on the weekend away. Has that ever happened to you? You think about someone or you think about something and then it comes into you, right? It comes to you, someone calls you, someone messages you, someone reaches out to you. It's because, you know, we are all energy. And this is the thing, there is no time and space with energy. As you put out the energy or the vibration of not just what you want, but where you're putting your focus and your emotions, you're attracting it to you, right? It lands with who it needs to land with. So it's, you know, people call these coincidences, the synchronicities. It's that things are coming to you that you've lined up with, right? That you're a magnetic match to that, right? So do you get that? That you're always attracting to you. So for example, you know, when you have a bad day, like you might get out of bed and stub your toe and then you spill your coffee and you're in a shitty mood and then maybe you get stuck in traffic, and then if you've got a job, maybe things go wrong and you like forget to save something and just shit goes wrong all day, right? It's because that's the energy you're activating, right? You're activating this energy of like frustration and things going wrong and things not working out. And so you're attracting more of that to you. And I'm sure you've heard the saying, the better it gets, the better it gets, right? When things start to go well, it's like they just flow in so easily, right? They flow in so easily. But here's the thing, it's not coincidence, it's the law of attraction. It's that when things are going well, it's easier for you to feel good and therefore you're attracting more of that to you. But here's the thing, you have the power to shift that energy today and completely change your life, right? You have, it's so fast. There is not like anything you need to do or prove. It doesn't take great amounts of time. You can shift your energy today and start attracting something new. But just realize that all day, every day, you're attracting to you anyway. So you might as well deliberately create, right? Now, for any of you that are like me, that have come from like a corporate background, I was a general manager for those. I know there's some new people in the group. So full-time general manager, and I've always been very much in my masculine energy, right? Which is very process-driven, very hardworking, like gotta get shit done, you know, just, yeah, very hardworking, very process-driven, pushing, forcing strategy, long hours, hard work. That was what my dad did. And that was what I learned, what you needed to do to get ahead, right? Like I was always relatively ambitious and I always wanted to do well, but I felt like I believed that I needed to work hard to achieve things. And so if something wasn't working out, I doubled my efforts, right? I learned something new. I tried a new strategy. It was always effort. So for those of you that are feeling like a little bit burnt out, a little bit frustrated, a little bit exhausted, just, you know, breathe a sigh of relief, because I'm here to say it is not that you need to be doing more work. You do not need to be putting in more effort. In fact, a lot of what you're doing is actually repelling your desires from you. And we're going to get into this because you are pushing them away with your desperate energy, right? When you feel that something's not working, you like push harder, and it's literally pushing things away. It does not take hard work to create. And this is something I've had to completely relearn. It doesn't take hard work. It does not take hard work. It does not take hard work, right? It takes energy alignment. And here's the thing, your alignment to what you want is honestly 80% of the game. I mean it, 80% of the game. The action that you take is like 20%. So whether or not, whatever your goals are, right? If you want a 5K month, 10K month, 100K month this month, it is 80% energy and 20% like action and strategy. And this is the thing, is that no amount of action can make up for your misaligned energy. So if you are not in alignment with what you want and you think, I'm just going to work harder, I'm going to put in more effort, I'm going to learn more strategies, I am going to make it happen, it's not how it works, right? There is no amount of misaligned energy that can get you there. Now, here's the thing about action, is that action and working harder can help in some ways, because what it does is it helps you shift your belief right? Sometimes the more effort you put in, your belief shifts that you believe that things are coming to you because you're working harder. But it's not because you're working harder or putting in more effort or more energy that things are coming to you. It's because your belief is shifting, right? So I hope you get that. So anyway, what I wanted to get into, let's lay it out. Nice to see so many people jumping on. Hi Chrissy, how are you? Okay, 4-step. This is a 4-step process. So like I said, there is no magic manifestation process, but this is just, I just like things, like this is the thing. I have a very logical mind. So I like things to kind of be stepped out for me. I like to have a process. I still like processes, but they are different, right? They are different. My processes are around how to align my energy, not so much what do I do in my business or how do I make it happen, right? So these are the 4 things that I really focus on and work with clients on too to help them manifest whatever they want, right? So the first thing is having a super clear vision, right? Having a super clear vision. Here's the thing, is that if you want to deliberately manifest, you have to know where you're going, right? You have to know what you want. Now, I just want to make it clear to you that what you want is different to what you don't want, okay? Because a lot of people are stuck in, well, I just want to leave my job and I don't want this and I want to get out of debt, right? That's not what you want. That's what you don't want. I mean, debt is what you don't want. Being in your job is what you don't want. So what I mean about a vision is knowing what you want your life to look like, not just the things you want to get rid of, because whatever you focus on, you create, right? So if you're focusing on what you don't want and what you want to get rid of, it's still where you're putting your energy. So my advice is always like, have a long-term vision to start with, right? Have a long-term vision. Write out your dream life. Know where you want to go, right? Know where you want to go. What does it look like? What does that magic life look like that you want to create? Actually put some energy into that and map it all out, right? Have a really clear picture of where you want to go. Some women, like I said, I start to work with are like, oh yeah, I've got this business and I want to end my job, but they really don't have a clear vision of what it looks like. The women that really start to create very quickly are the ones that are like, yep, I want a 7-figure business. It looks like this. I'm going to be speaking on stage. I want to write a book. I want to and they're so clear. Now, I'm not saying you need to have a 7-figure business. You don't need to write a book. It can be whatever you want. It could just be, oh, I really want to live by the beach. And I want to just have lots of kids. And I just want to be, have enough money flowing in to pay all the bills. It can be whatever you want it to be, but you need to have a clear vision. You need to know where you want to go, right? And then from that, like, I think that you need that for the bigger vision, right? The bigger vision. And that it can be loose. Like, it can be, when you talk about your dream business, so I've got one client, let me just share this. I've got one client who is just starting a coaching business, and she's starting one-on-one, but when she does visualizations, when she tunes into this, she sees herself speaking on stage. And she's also a writer. Like, she's also, she loves writing. Now, when we started working together, she was petrified of being seen, petrified of speaking, right? Of doing videos. So the thought of speaking on stage was like, yeah, maybe one day way into the future, but it's not going to happen now. And here's the thing, like, she's got that long-term vision. She doesn't exactly know what her business is going to look like, right? She doesn't exactly know what her business is going to look like, but she can see herself speaking on stage. She loves writing. She's just getting into coaching, and literally on our session of the day, I said, I can see you being the next Gabrielle Bernstein, right? Speaking on stage, doing book launches. Like, it doesn't have to be, you don't have to sort of have it all mapped out now. You can just know enough about the things that you love, that you want to be included, but you've got to have some sort of clear vision, right? Now, from there, to really manifest what you want, you need to have a very specific goal for right now, right? So now this isn't coming from this isn't coming from the place of needing to goal set and have your quarter goal and your 6-month goal and, have it all mapped out and have a very clear business plan and be very systematic. It's not about that. It's about, we're still in the first week in November. Everyone, if you're wanting to manifest something now, you should absolutely have written down and know what you're wanting to call in this week, this month, like right now. What's your goal right now? And you need to be super clear on that. You need to know the details, be specific. If it's an income goal, what is that? Not just like, I want to get more clients or I want to make some money in my business. I want a 5K month. I want a 10K month. I want to sign 3 new clients this month. Whatever it is, you've got to know, you've got to have a clear goal. Okay. So a lot of people that I work with can come to me. They're like, oh yeah, I really want to get this business to say, 10K a month or 20K a month, 50K a month, whatever it is. But it's way out in the future, right? It's way out in the future. Now, to manifest what you want deliberately, you need to know what it is right now, right? Right now, this month. So everyone, I'd love to know, pop in the comments, what are some of your goals for November? Just one goal for November that if you know your goal for November, put it in the comments, or if you haven't already created one, create one right now. Let me know. I'd love to know what some of your goals are for November. Is anyone going to share? So with my business now, I always just set an income goal, right? An income goal. Or sometimes I've set a number of clients, right? Whatever feels good. Now, there's a couple of reasons for this, right? So one is that you need something to focus on. You absolutely need something to focus on, and you need to know where you're headed, right? You need to know where you're headed. 9K month, woo, love it. 15 leads a day for my business, amazing. Okay, good. So really, really specific, right? I love that. And okay, and this will make more sense. Awesome, 10K for November, so exciting. Oh, I love it. 2,000, yay. Okay, cool. So people know what they want. That's awesome, because that is the first step, right? To think that, I want to get to 10K, but it's in 6 months or 12 months, you're pushing it too far out into the future, and you can't vibrationally align with it unless you know what it is right now. So a really clear goal is so important. Now, the next thing I'll say though is that the goal has to come from, and this is really important, a desire, not a need to prove anything or to be enough, or not coming from a place of lack or ego, right? And so what I mean by that is your desire needs to come from a pure place. You can have whatever you want, right? You can have whatever you want, but if your goal or desire for this month is to fill a hole, or to make you feel like enough, or to to make you feel good about yourself, then you won't be able to achieve it. And what I mean by that, okay, so let's say your goal is 10K this month. Now, that's awesome. That's perfect. 10K this month. But is there any part of you that needs the goal to happen to know that you're good enough? That needs the goal to happen to know that your business is working out for you? That needs clients to say yes to you in order for you to feel like your business is working, right? What does it mean if you don't get your goal? What's on the line here, right? Because if there's anything on the line, if you need your goal to feel good enough, you won't be able to get there. And the reason is that if you need your desire to actually come to be good enough, you're operating from a place of lack, and that's not vibrationally aligned with your desire. Does that make sense? So in order to get that 10K goal, you need to feel like you are worthy, deserving, good enough for that 10K. Does that make sense? If you're looking to get that 10K so that you know that you're good enough, you're operating from a place of lack, right? So feel into your goal or desire and ask yourself, why do I really want this? And also, is there any part of me that's afraid of not getting this goal? What does it mean if I don't get this goal, right? Because that is going to hold you from it. Okay, so that's going to be part of your work to clean up, and we're going to get into that a little bit deeper soon, but that's your work to clean up, right? So it's got to just be a pure desire. There can't be any attachment to it, right? Because that attachment comes from a place of lack. You need to know that it's available to you, that you can have it, that you're worthy of it. If you need to sign the clients to feel good enough about yourself, you are repelling them, because you're operating from a place of, I'm not enough right now, and I need you to come and say yes to me so that I know that I'm okay, so that I know that I'm good enough, right? And this is a very, very common trap. And I used to get caught here too, right? So I know it well. But you cannot be operating, you cannot achieve your goal from a place of lack. So the first, like I said, first step, manifesting deliberately, is having a clear goal. Know what it is. So whether it's number of clients, 10K a month, know what it is and make sure that you don't need to get it to feel good enough about yourself, to know that you're okay, to know that your business is working out, right? You need to know those things anyway. Okay, the second step that's super important is deciding that it's done. Okay, deciding that it's done. There is no place in manifesting your desires. Okay, that, you know, some people, you've probably heard people say, I'll believe it when I see it, right? That's not the way manifestation works. Not deliberate creation works when you believe it before you can see it. So if there's a part of you that's like, oh, it's possible, but you haven't decided that it's done. You need to decide that it's available for you, because anything you desire is available for you. You need to know that it's done. You need to feel it. You need to see it. You need to visualize it, right? So visualizations, this is where different processes are really powerful here. Like, journal it out. What does it feel like? What does it look like? Like when that goal comes, when you get it, how does it feel? How does it look? How excited are you? You know, just all of those things, right? All of those things, visualize it, feel into it, feel it as if it's already done, because that is the place that you need to operate from. You need to operate from being that 10K woman, right? You need to operate from being that 10K woman, because what's not going to happen is it's not going to come to then let you know that you are that 10K woman, right? Or man. I know there's a couple of guys in this group. You're not going to be able to receive it and then you feel like you're that 10K woman. You need to decide that you are that 10K woman now and show up as her. So like I said, when you feel into the desire, like do some journaling, write it all out, feel into it, and even ask yourself, that 10K woman, like what is she doing? How is she showing up? How does she feel? What does she know to be true, right? Really feel into that energy. It's deciding that it's done. If you ever hear yourself say, I'm going to try, you've already accepted defeat, right? I love this quote by Yoda. I said it to a client the other day. Do or do not. There is no try. You know, Yoda from Star Wars, anyone? And just on a side note, has anyone seen The Mandalorian? That cute little baby Yoda? How adorable is that? I love it. Okay, completely off tangent there. So you need to decide that it's done. Wanting does not create, right? Wanting is not the energy of creation. Like I said, you're getting whatever you're a magnetic match to. So you need to believe it is so before there's any evidence of it coming, right? You need to believe it first. You will always get what you believe. You will always get what you expect, right? So expect it to come. Expect it to come to you. Know that it's done, right? Live your life as if you've already received it. Now that doesn't mean go out and spend the 10K before you get it, but it just means you can still show, one of my favorite quotes, I love it. Okay, cool, someone else gets it. You gotta live your life as if you are that person. You are that 10K woman, right? You are that 10K woman. I was talking to another client the other day and she started a Facebook group and she's like, oh, you know, I don't feel like I'm the leader. I don't feel like I've got enough experience to be a leader. I'm not, you know, I don't feel confident enough yet. I haven't achieved enough yet. And it's like, no one's coming to give you permission, right? No one's coming to give you permission to be the leader. You just get to decide how things go for you. This is what I want you to get. You decide how things go for you. Your life will always reflect to you. So if you want to be a leader, step up and fucking lead, right? Step up and lead now. Decide you're going to lead. And decide you're going to keep showing up and keep leading and know that your people will come, right? Know that your people will come. So maybe you jump on and you do a live and no one watches. That's okay. Show up anyway. Know that your people are coming, right? Decide that it's happening. Okay, so this is the thing. You need to disconnect yourself from your current reality. And we're going to go into that in a sec, but you need to decide that your desire is done. Okay, so it's not hoping and wishing, it's not trying, It's deciding that it's done and showing up in that energy, right? It's a different energy. When you know that you are creating 10K, you show up in a different energy to, oh, I'm just going to try. I'm going to try and do this, and I'm going to try and do that. And, you know, maybe it might come, but maybe it might not. Maybe it might be a few months away. You need to decide it's done and show up then, right? Show up as that person that already has it. And like I said, every day, see, you're getting what you're a match to. So the more you're feeling into it being done, so like I said, journaling can help, visualization, I do a visualization meditation every day, you know, really feeling, and if you've got a vision board, that can help. If you know you've got the goal up there and you can kind of see it and feel it, the more you're feeling into the energy of just and knowing that it's done, the quicker it's coming to you, right? And you know, shifting your energy, you can shift your energy and your reality changes literally in a day or two. Like, it is that fast. There is nothing you need to do to prove anything. You are just receiving what you're a match to. So if you're not getting what you want, then you are not a match to it coming. And what it takes is for you to just believe it, right? For you to just fully step in and believe it. So that is the second step, deciding that it's done, right? So if you are finding yourself going, it's possible, I'm going to try, it's not coming, right? It's not coming. So decide it's done, right? Decide it's done, because the person who's decided shows up in a different energy, right? So I've shared this story before, but I'm going to share it again for those newbies. For years and years and years, all my life, really, I told myself a story that I couldn't run, right? I wasn't a runner, I couldn't run. I'd never been athletic in school. I was made to play netball because I'm tall, and I just had to stand there as a goalkeeper with my hand up, which I hated. And I'd never been a runner. But I was at that point in my life seeing a personal trainer. I did some boxing, and I lifted weights and did stuff like that. So I was, you know, reasonably fit, but I wasn't ever running. And my trainer sort of gave me a challenge to do like an event, you know, like I don't know what they're called, you know, like some sort of like, you know, event. So I signed up for the City to Surf, which is a 14K run in Sydney. It's very hilly. There's this hill called Heartbreak Hill, which is 1.6 Ks uphill. So I don't know what that is in miles. But it's 14 Ks. It's very hilly, and I decided to sign up for that, right? It's a big run to do as your first run. So I decided, right, this is the thing. I decided that even though I'd been telling myself this story all my life that I wasn't a runner, I decided that I had two legs and they could move, and I was relatively fit, and running, I could learn to run, right? I could practice and I could learn to run. So because I decided that I was going to do it, I decided I was going to run that race. That's what things shifted, right? Things shifted. I found some, found some resources to help me kind of do a bit of a running plan. I asked some friends to join me, and about 6 friends decided to sign up with me. And every Saturday we got together and we went for a run every Saturday, right? Now my first goal was just kind of like running a couple of Ks without stopping, and it was slow and it was hard, but because I also had other people there, it pushed me, right? It pushed me and it helped me along. Cut a long story short, I ran 14 Ks of hills without stopping in about, I think it was 79 minutes. And then I went, oh, what's next? Let's do a half marathon. And we did that about 7 weeks later, right? So because I made the decision that I could run, I made the decision to stop telling myself that story and decided to tell myself a new story. And so I showed up and I took different action. If I'd been telling myself a story, oh, I'm just going to see if I can run it, right? I'm just going to see if I can run it. There is no seeing if you can run it, right? I decided that I was going to run every freaking minute. So when other runners were walking up Heartbreak Hill, I was still running slowly, but I was still running, right? I decided I was not going to walk. I was decided I was going to run it, right? And so that's what you have to do here. You got to decide you're doing this, right? Decide it is done. It is so powerful. Your energy shifts. You show up differently. It changes everything, right? And like I said, because I then attracted the things into my life that helped me, right? That helped me. If I had to do it all on my own without the support of those friends, I don't know that I would have got there, right? So that's the second step. Third step, and this is where most people miss this altogether. And to be honest, this is like probably the most important step. Clearing resistance. Okay, so you've got your desire. And so when you wrote down that desire, and then when I told you to decide it was done, there were probably all these little stories that popped up. But I've never done it before. But how's it going to happen? Like, and you know, I'm afraid of being seen. I don't really want to show up on social media that much. Or maybe like you thought, I really want it to happen, but I hate selling. Or, you know, I'm just not sure if I'm good enough yet. You know, if you're a coach, maybe you thought, but I'm a little bit worried about promising results to clients that I can't deliver, right? So here's the thing. When I talk about clearing resistance is any thought that goes against your desire. Any story, thought, story, belief. I use them interchangeably because beliefs are only thoughts that you keep thinking. They are just stories that you're telling yourself, right? They're kind of, when it comes to your beliefs, there's no truth, right? It's just what you've decided to tell yourself. And you can decide to tell you, like I told myself I wasn't a runner. When I decided to tell myself I could run, right? I could run, I could become a runner, I did it, right? And it's the same thing. So so resistance is any story that is coming up, any story, right? Just want you to get this, any story that's coming up about why you can't have it. So when you now think about that goal that you wrote down, 10K month, 9K month, 15 leads a day. What are the stories that are coming up for you? What are the reasons, the excuses? What are the thoughts, those negative thoughts that are playing out in the back of your mind about why you can't have it, right? It's powerful. You must identify these. What most people do is most people think it's just about deliberate creation. Most people think deliberate creation is just about being positive. And it's not, right? Yes, of course, the more positive you feel towards your desires, yes, absolutely, you're bringing them to you. Your feelings are an indication of how aligned you are. This is the thing. Your feelings are an indication of how aligned you are. So when you think about that 10K, I'm just going to use that as the example. When you think about that 10K month, how do you really feel? Is all of your energy excited and expectant and eager and enthusiastic? Or are there big parts of doubt, fear, worry, right? Where is your energy? Like, how do you feel about it? Because that's indicating, oh, I'm sorry if you can hear that drilling that's next door. I hope that's not too loud. I can hear it very loudly. How do you feel about it, right? Because that indicates the predominant energy or stories or thoughts that you're telling yourself. So what are all those reasons that you can't have it? I know that there are reasons you can't have it, right? I know that there are stories there, because if there weren't, you would have already done it, right? You would have already done it. That 10K month that is so available for you, the only reason that you do not have it yet is that you have resistance, right? When you clear the resistance, it comes like that. It's allowing. If anyone that's an Abraham Hicks fan, you would have heard, Abraham Hicks talk about the art of allowing, right? When you can't hear it too loud, can't hear me or can't hear the drilling. Let me know. Can you hear me okay? Or is this drilling annoying? I'm just going to keep talking and hope that you can hear me because I can hear the drilling next door. What was I going to say? Oh, I lost my train of thought now. Okay, so resistance is... Okay, cool, taking so many notes. Okay, well, maybe you can hear me talk then. Okay, so the resistance is any thoughts, any stories about why it can't happen, right? The allowing, right? So when you ask for something, can't hear the drilling. Oh, good. Okay. When you ask for something, the universe, your higher self, God, whatever you believe in, lines it up for you, and it is coming, right? It is coming to you, right? It is coming to you. The only reason you don't receive, right? The only reason you don't receive is that you have resistance to it, right? It is flowing to you. It's like if you imagine you're going through life and there's just this big river of stuff going past you, right? Like all these different experiences, people, stuff going past you. Whatever you're energetically a match to, you bring into your life, right? So there are so many things that you could focus on and create. It's wherever your predominant energy and emotion is, right? So that's what I want you to get. What you focus on and give energy to, you create. So most people focus on what they don't want, right? So, okay, you've got your desire, 10K. Now, are your predominant thoughts around that? How am I going to do it? I'm not sure where it's going to come from. This is usually the biggest one. I've never done it before. You know, yeah, I don't feel good enough. I'm not confident enough. I don't really like social media. I hate selling. Do you have any of these stories? Do you have any of these stories, right? Let me know if you've got any of those stories. Or let me know what some of your other stories are, like some of those other thoughts that come up that make you feel like maybe it might not happen, right? What are those thoughts that come up? We all have them, right? We all have them. I have them. I do this work daily, right? I do this work daily. I have a process that goes much deeper than all of this, that checks in with exactly how aligned I am to my desires and powerful ways to actually shift it. But this is the overarching, you would have to work hard for it. Okay, cool. So this is the thing, is so any, like I said, Vanessa, thanks for sharing that. Any story that comes up about why you can't have it, like I would need to work hard for it, that is your resistance to clear, right? Any story. I don't have time. I've got 3 kids, but I work full time. But like I said, I'm just not that good at selling. I'm just not that good at marketing. Oh, I can't really write copy. I don't know. My website's not finished. I just need any story that comes up is your resistance to clear, right? It's your resistance to clear. I want you to deeply, deeply get this, because this whole part, this resistance part, is what most people miss, right? Most people miss. They're waiting for the universe or God or your inner being to prove to you that it can come. That's not how this works, right? Like I said, it's not, I'll believe it when I see it. It's that I will see it when I believe it, right? So all of these stories, I have to work hard for it. That's your resistance to clear, right? And so a great way to clear resistance is to journal out. Journaling's very, very powerful. It gets all of the thoughts out of your head. Don't try and do these things in your head, right? Because your head's a busy place and it gets really messy and thoughts can come from all over the place, right? You can get easily distracted. Oh, there's drilling. I'm easily distracted, right? So when you journal it out, you get a strain of thought onto paper. So when you think about your desire, what are all of the little negative thoughts that come up about why you can't have it? Or what are all of the doubts? Like, I've never done it before. I'm not sure how it's going to come, right? All of those stories are your resistance to clear. Because this is the thing. When you're aligned with it, this is what I want you to get. The how is not up to you, right? The how is not up to you. Hang on, I'm missing some of these messages. I have to come back. I'll come back and respond to your messages later if I'm missing anything. So the how is not up to you. It's when you align with it, when you're trusting that it's coming, when you know that it's yours, you've decided that it's done, then things will line up for you. You will be guided, and we'll go into that next. But any of these stories are your resistance to clear. So the main one that people come to me with is, I've never done it before. And that might be a fact, right? That might be a fact. But that does not, so it's not, so here's what I want you to get. The story that I've never done it before, okay, that is factual, that is correct. That's not the problem. The problem is the story you're telling yourself about that, right? It's the deeper meaning. I haven't done it before, therefore that means I can't do it now. That's what I want you to get, right? It's not that you haven't done it before that's the problem. Because once upon a time, you'd never walked before, you'd never talked before, you'd never, ridden a bike before. There was a first time for everything. So we are growth-seeking beings. You can learn and you can do new things all day, every freaking day. You can do new things. So that's like a little mantra to tell yourself, I can do new things, right? So it's not that you haven't done it before that's a problem. It's that you're telling yourself, because I haven't done it before, because I really, really, really wanted it before and it didn't come, therefore it means I can't do it now. But that's not the truth. because you will get what you're a match to. So ask yourself, did you really believe it was going to come last time? Or were you looking for evidence of it coming before you believed, right? So this is the overarching way that I kind of teach to clear resistance, right? I go much, much deeper into this when I work with clients, but this is the overarching way to do it, is to identify all of those resistance stories. What are all of the reasons about why you can't have it? Journal them all out, and then take some time to disprove them. Take some time to look at all those stories and first of all, ask yourself, what's the meaning that I'm giving that story? And then what else do I know to be true? So let's just talk about that example of I haven't done it before, right? I haven't done it before. Like I said, I haven't done it before is not the problem. The problem is the story that because I haven't done it before, I'm telling myself, I'm making that mean that I can't do it now. Okay, so just identify that. You've got to spend time here. Most people just like gloss over this and think, if I just think happy thoughts, my desires will come. Well, you're getting whatever you're a match to. So if your dominant energy is not believing, is not trusting, is not on board, if the dominant energy isn't believing that it's going to happen, it's not going to happen, right? The universe just gives you what you're a match to. So if you're not absolutely 100% on board, know it's done, and you've cleared the resistance, then it's just not coming. But you can shift it like that. So you've got that story. Okay, I haven't done it before. So sit down and ask yourself and go, okay, what else do I know to be true here? What else? So try and disprove it, right? What else have I done before that was once new? Well, I just gave you a few examples, but I'm sure you've got lots more, because we do new things all the time, right? For anyone that's a mother, once upon a time, you weren't a mother, then you gave birth, then you had a baby, then you became a mother. You'd never done that before, but you still were able to do it, right? And your child survived, they're okay, you are now a mother, right? So I just want you to get that you do new things all the time. So when you actually, so it's just the energy that you're activating. It's just, sorry, I went to get rid of a notification and I just lost Facebook there for a sec. So what I want you to get is that it's the energy that you're activating. So it's really, really important to spend some time here, identify all those resistance stories, and then be able to disprove them. And when you disprove them, you can let them go, right? You let them go. That is like, this is kind of the piece that, like I said, most people don't address. It is so, so important to not just spend time in your stories, but to spend time to identify them and then shift them, right? That is the most powerful thing you can do all day, every day. Like the most important work I do on my business every day is aligning with my desire, right? I take some time to tune into it. Like I said, I've got a deeper process, which really, goes into this in more detail, but I align with my desire. I check in how in alignment I am. I uncover any resistant stories, because sometimes there's resistant stories, right? So what happens over time is that when you keep shifting resistant stories, a lot of them stop coming up. But as you want to go to a new level, there can be different things that come up, right? So I identify any resistance and then I shift it. I let it go, right? And like I said, journaling's the first thing. I also use tapping. I mean, I do a visualization meditation as well. But, I spend half an hour in the morning, depending on how I'm feeling, generally around half an hour doing this. And it's the most important thing I do in my business every day, right? So the most important thing I do in my business is not writing a post or sending an email or messaging anyone or even doing client calls. It's aligning my energy, right? And it is for you too. If you want to deliberately create, then aligning your energy to your desire so that you're a match to it, which means that you're expecting it to come, you're feeling good about it coming, you believe that it's yours already, and you've let go of the resistant stories, whatever they are. Because like I said, whether or not you think you need more experience or a website or a Facebook group or need to get better at, I don't know, gonna need to learn some new Instagram techniques or something, they are all just bullshit stories that you're telling yourself that are keeping you from your desire. All of them. There is not one story that you're going to tell me that I'm going to go, yeah, that's true, that's a fact. What might be, like I said, what might be a fact is that you might not have created it before, right? But it's the meaning that you're giving to that. You might not have a website. not having a website, like having a website or not is not the problem. It's the story that you're telling yourself about what that means, right? It means that because I don't have a website, I can't be successful. And that's bullshit. I was signing clients before I had a website, right? And even my website now is like, it's kind of just been pieced together along the way. At some point, I am going to get it properly designed and put some more effort into it, but I've just kind of plonked things up as I've gone along. And, you know, I can still make money. And so can you. Now, okay, so that's a third step, right? Clearing the resistance. So important. I can't stress enough. This is where you need to spend time, because it's only the resistance that's keeping it from you. Because ask yourself, when in your life have you desired something and thought about it and just like felt really good about it, and then it's come to you, right? I'm sure that has happened before in your life. And or when have you thought about something and dreaded it coming and then it came into your life, right? It's wherever you give, you know, wherever you focus, whatever you look at and focus on, you create. So you can have whatever you want, and it's that easy. But when you hold resistant stories, you block it. And the more we want something, the more we're sort of focusing on it. But often people are focusing on what they don't want, right? Like, where are my clients? How am I going to do it, right? That's what you don't want. So I hope that's made sense. Let me know if you've got any questions there. So then the last part of it is following your intuition, right? So once you've got clear on your vision, you've decided that it's done, you've cleared that resistance, following your intuition is the next crucial part. And this has been the big thing for me to really like tune into and trust, because like I said, I came from a place of being very process driven and structure, and I'll do this and I need to do this many things a day and all these things a week and da. So following your intuition, when you're excited, and I used to tell myself a story that I didn't have any intuition, right? I didn't feel intuitively guided. And so maybe that's you too. Maybe you're like stuck in, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that. Or maybe, and you don't feel like you have any intuition. Or maybe you're getting intuition, but you're not sure if it's the right thing to do, or you second guess it. So let's just talk about that. So this is the key. When you're feeling good about your desires coming, right? When you're feeling good about your desires coming, it's about fully leaning in and trusting that the universe, God, whatever your source energy is bringing it to you, and your only work is to trust your intuition and follow the pulls. Follow your guidance, right? No matter how weird they seem, how crazy they seem, when it doesn't make sense, especially when it's scary, following your intuition and pulls, right? It's so important. So when you line up with your desires, when you feel like, so when you're in alignment with them, what I mean by that, and how you know you're in alignment with your desire coming is how you feel about it. What's your dominant energy? When you tune into, oh, I'm getting a 10K month. How do you feel? Is it like excitement and eagerness? Because that's the place you want to get to, right? And you get there by clearing that resistance, by clearing all the stories about why you can't have it, right? So when you're there, it's then about trusting all the little intuitive hits. And you might just get a little intuitive hit, write a post about this. And it might be about something a bit random that you think has nothing to do with your business. And so your old way of thinking is, oh, I'm not going to do that because that doesn't really make any sense. Trust it and act on it. It is your guidance. It is your inner being. It is that guidance from your higher self leading the way, showing you the path of least resistance. Now, I've shared in other videos some of the ways that my intuition or guidance has led me to do new things, to sign clients. Like, it's always about just following the little pulls, you know, like, and sometimes, like I said, it's just write a post about this, send a person this message. Like I shared in a previous video that I've done, you know, last month, I was journaling and aligning with my desires, and on 2 separate occasions, I got little just intuitive hits, send that person a message. And I did, and both of those people signed, right? It was just a little intuitive hit, right? And that's all it is. It's just a little bit of guidance. Now, when you do get guidance, oh, do a live about blah or whatever, like when you get some guidance to do something and then your next thought is, oh no, I'm not going to do that. That's like, I'm not ready for that yet, or it's too scary, or you need to act on that desire. Don't ever listen to the second guessing part of you. The second guessing part of you is your ego and your fear trying to keep you safe, right? Because because whatever that intuitive hit has been feels a bit scary, right? It feels a bit scary. You need to be able to do scary things. So when I talk about having a business from ease and flow, it doesn't mean that you don't do things that feel a bit hard sometimes, right? And by that I mean like they might be scary, it might be new things you've never done before, but if you're getting a pull to do something, you need to trust and act on it, right? So when you're aligned, you are getting intuitive hits. Like I said, it's just little things. It's like, just write a post about this, go here. Like you might align with your desire and you might feel a pull, like go to the supermarket or have a nap, right? And then you might not want to listen to that, but it's about listening to your intuition no matter what, right? No matter what. When you're aligned, you are being guided. So if you're someone that works really, really hard, when I really first started doing this business, first started really doing this work deeply and really aligning and listening to my intuition, I'd quite often in the middle of the day get a little intuitive hit to have a nap or have a bath, right? Which the old me never would have done. But I think doing all this work too, I was feeling tired because things were shifting. And so I would have a nap and have baths in the middle of the day. But it's your intuition guiding you, because what your inner being or your higher self or God or whatever you want to call it is showing you is actually you need to just rest a bit more. Like you've aligned with it, you've done enough, right? Just rest right now. And maybe after your nap, when you're in the bath, you'll then get another idea for an incredible post or to do this or do that or a new idea. So things, you're always being guided. So tune in, listen to that. That's how you have a quantum leap. It's following the guidance. It's not trying to work it all out, right? The how is not up to you. So the more and more you can rip up your to-do list, like rip it up, all of it, the shoulds, the to-dos, rip it all up and align your energy, trust your intuition and do what you feel called to do. That is the key. Like, this is the thing, right, that I kind of want you to get from all of this. It's actually, when you get these steps, right, it's easy. It's not hard. It doesn't take hard work. It's just you've been making it hard because there's this part of you that thinks it is hard, right? And so you're like, oh, well, to get there, to get to the 10K month, I need to blah, 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 blah. Like you've got a long list of all these things you need to do, but you don't. You just need to know that it's yours, align your energy and trust the pulls. Maybe it's do this live, maybe it's write this post, maybe it's message this person, maybe it's something new. Maybe it's something new that wasn't on your plan. But here's the thing, is that you're being guided to the path of least resistance. And it doesn't always, in fact, usually doesn't look what you expect, like how you expect it to look, right? The ways that I've gotten clients, there's not one way that I could teach you that's like, if you do this strategy, you'll get clients, right? It's little intuitive hits. It's just following the flow. It's doing what feels good, doing what feels in alignment. It's just trusting that intuition. So it's so important, because for anyone that's ambitious and hardworking, or that's come from a lot of masculine energy like I had, this is really hard to do, right? Well, it was for me, because I had a big list of I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to get this done and send this email and do all these posts and I had this long list of all these things I had to do. And I needed to be able to release those and go, actually, I don't have to do any of those things. It doesn't mean there's no work to take. It means that, because the person who believes she has a desire, she is showing up in her business, but she's showing up how she feels called, right? So how you feel called, how you feel called to do business is always enough for you, right? It's always enough. And it's going to look different to someone else. So often when we're telling ourselves stories about how we should do things, it's because we're looking at other people and we're going, well, they did it this way, therefore I should do that. But we're all unique and we all have a unique way of doing things. And for some people love videos, some people love writing, some people just, I don't know, do a lot. Yeah, it's exhausting being in your masculine energy. Yeah, a lot of people, there's all different ways to build a business, right? And so this is the thing, the strategy is not, the action and strategy, 20%. Alignment energy, 80%, right? I promise you, this is key, right? Trusting what you feel pulled to do. If you feel pulled to do emails, do emails. If you feel pulled to do a webinar, do a webinar. But you know when it's your intuition, because it's when you feel good about your business. If you're still feeling fearful and lackful and frustrated and worried about your business, and then you're getting ideas or intuition, that is your ego or your lower self trying to push your way there, right? It's like, well, I don't really believe it's going to happen, so let me go and do all these things. When you operate from the place of, I know it's done, right? I know it's done. I feel good about it happening. And now I'm going to trust where I'm pulled, even when it doesn't make sense. I'm trusting that. That's when it comes, right? So get a super, super clear vision, like big long-term vision, but very specific for what you want this month. It could be this week. I mean, I just like to work on a month, but it's got to be a short-term goal because you need to be able to tune in and align with it. So you need a short-term goal, decide that it's done. It is done. It is done. It is done. There is no trying, do or do not. It is done, right? Then identify and clear resistance. Take time here. Like if you're not feeling good about your business, there is resistance to clear, right? So take the time to identify what those stories are and release them. Now, when I say that you don't need a website to be making money, that doesn't mean that you stop building a website or you never build a website. What you need to do is release the attachment to the meaning that I can't be successful until I build a website. Does that make sense? Decide you can be successful anyway, and you can still build the freaking website, right? So I want you to get that. It doesn't mean you don't do any of those things in your business. It just means that if you've got the desire to create it, you've got the ability to create it, right? So whatever is desired by you is destined for you. It's just your resistance is blocking it. So clear the resistance and then follow the pulls, follow the intuition, because that is taking, like, honestly, there is so much less work to do, right? I'm all the time doing less and less work, right? Because you don't need to do that much. I've just stopped telling myself all those stories about all those things that I needed to do. And I trust where I'm pulled. I trust what I'm guided to do. And I do far less than I used to, right? So trusting that intuition, it doesn't need to be hard. The people that are teaching you, I mean, I know that society brings us up to think that things need to be hard, but those people aren't aligning their energy, right? They're not operating from this place. They're not deliberate creators, right? They're stuck in stories about why they can't have it yet, right? So your 10K month from wherever you are is available to you this month. It's available to you. It's possible. It is yours if you decide that it's yours, right? Align your energy and trust the pulls. So I hope this has made sense. I will go through and respond to some of those comments or questions that were kind of going a little bit too fast for me to see, but this is it. Like, this is it. It's like I said, when you identify and clear that resistance and follow your intuition, that is key. It's not that you need to meditate for hours. It's not that you need to pray on a full moon. It's not that you need to write it out 55 times. It's none of those things, right? It's knowing what you want, deciding it's yours, clearing the resistance, following your intuition, right? And yes, there are other things that can help you get there, but they are the 4 key things to deliberately manifest anything you want. And, you know, that's your work, right? That's your work. It's when, if you want to, you know, I know you're here because you want to be massive, manifesting great things. You want to build your business. So this is your work. I promise you, it's not spending another 5 hours today trying to build a funnel. It's not that, right? It's aligning your energy and trusting your pulls. Maybe you'll be guided not to do that at all and to do something completely different. And you've got to be okay with that, changing direction, being led, okay? Yeah, it's definitely hard work when you're trying to do all the things. And that's why people get overwhelmed, because they're like, oh, I've got to do all these things. I can't be successful yet. I've got to do all these things. It's not the truth. It's not the truth, right? And for those of you that want to go deeper, that actually want to know how to deeply align that energy and clear all that resistance, my little Aligned Abundance 4-week intensive is starting next week on the 16th of November. So we are going to go deep into all of these things, right? It's the core of what I teach, like exactly how to align your energy, how to tune into, how to know if your desire is coming from a place of kind of pure intention or fear and lack, knowing how to align your energy, how to uncover that resistance. Like, this is so key, how to uncover the resistance. And usually there's a big part of it as well that also comes down to you knowing your own worthiness, connecting to the truth of who you are, knowing that you're enough right now, right? We're going to do all of those things, go deep into those things, and I'll teach you the processes that you can do daily, that I do daily, that my clients do daily, that help you identify and then release that resistance, right? Because it's the only thing holding you back. So you'll learn how to just really tune into the truth of who you are, become more empowered, more confident, more of you. Often clients that come to me, they have all these stories about trying to show up as the person that they think their clients or their whoever you're trying to target in your business, your niche, trying to show up in a way that's going to be appealing to someone else. And from there, you're always operating from a place of lack and not worthiness. It's about being true to you and knowing, and this is a part of that clearing resistance, it's self-worth. It's knowing that you're enough, that you being you is enough, and that you can have anything you want exactly as you are, right? Exactly as you are, being more of you. Yeah. And when you do, things are so much easier, because it's exhausting to try and go, how do I show up? How do I write content? How do I be the sort of person that my niche is going to appeal to, right? Just show up as all of you. So we're going deep into that, clearing any unworthiness, not good enough, all of that stuff. And also then really looking at what you're actually doing in your business and releasing a lot of things, right? Releasing a lot of things. We'll be crossing all those things off your list that you do not need to do. We'll be letting go of the shoulds so that you can be aligning your energy and doing what you're pulled to do. So 4-week intensive, it's a group program, starts next week, 16th of November. There are 2 trainings a week. So we're doing 2 trainings a week, so live trainings. And then at the end of the trainings, there's like a Q&A hot seat coaching. So I'll deliver the training. You can then, shoot any questions through. I can help you on the spot, release resistance, uncover things, move forward. There are worksheets, there's meditation, there's lots of resources, private Facebook group for full support. Starts next week. I'm so excited. I haven't offered this work in like a short format and a little intensive like this, and not for this price either. So $597 or 2 payments of $333. I'll drop the link in the comments when this publishes. And any questions at all, like just PM me, just ask me. So happy to chat to anyone. But starts next week and I'm super excited. This is the work. This is the work. I mean, I know I've shared, many times in this group, like what I spent the first 8 months of my coaching business, like hustling and struggling, and signed up for like high-end programs, thousands of dollars to learn the strategies, and none of it worked because I was operating from a place of lack. I was operating from a place of, I don't think I'm good enough, and I don't really believe that this is going to happen, right? And so really deeply learning this energy work and shifting this, really embracing this. Like, I'd really been learning about the law of attraction and manifestation, but I hadn't mastered how to deliberately create. And when I really got this and spent time doing this work, and what I mean is uncovering and shifting that resistance, things shifted like that. I signed 3 clients in 3 days. I had a 5K month, then I had a 15K month. And, before that, I was having $0 months in my business. I was having $500 months, maybe $1,000 month, right? It's so possible for you to release that resistance today, now this week, and from wherever you're at, a 10K month is available to you this month, right? If that's what you desire. If you desire 2K, 5K, 20K, whatever you're at, it's available to you, right? That's what I want you to get. When you think that there's more I need to do, or not yet, right? I'm not yet, when I do this, then I'll be ready. All of it's bullshit. All of it's bullshit. You can, if you desire it, you can have it right now. It's just releasing those stories about why you can't have it. And I really want to help more women do that. So pop the link in the comments for Aligned Abundance, starts next week. And if anyone wants to talk about one-on-one, of course I do that as well. I mean, there are limited places with one-on-one, but send me a message. We can set up a call and chat as well. And I hope that's made sense. I will come back and respond to any comments, and I'll pop the link in here for Aligned Abundance for those of you that want to join me. Talk to you all soon. Bye for now.